Hey guys, it's Armon here with with TSDR Trading. Hope you guys are enjoying the long weekend and taking advantage of that extra time to study on your own markets and strategy. Um, so previously in our previous video, I kind of gave just a brief introduction to myself and kind of told you the type of trading I like to do, but I thought it would be a good idea to maybe make another video before I start doing some reviews to give a kind of some context on what exactly, the type of day trading I do. And for those who might not be familiar, what exactly trading the opening range breakouts and breakdowns are, so that you're better able to follow along in these future videos. So I found some great examples from last week. This one being UPST. So I think I will maybe start from the beginning on why we're even watching this stock in the first place for day trades. So UPST has probably been one of the hottest stocks in the market this past month. It's a new issue IPO. It's only been around for less than a year. With really anything less than a year or 2 years is kind of considered a new issue IPO. But recently it had a earnings gap in the beginning of August 11th, that sent it on a pretty big move. I mean, 60%, and this isn't a small cap stock, 60% in this is a pretty large move. So it made that move, and it's kind of been consolidating now this past month here, and just digesting the move. It's a large move for that company, so it's been digesting the move, and we've been having it on watch as as it is an all-time high breakout. So that is something you want to be paying attention to as it started to catch up. So I'll go over my charts for a quick moment. This is the daily time frame on the left side here, and we have our intraday time frame. I use the 5-minute chart primarily on the right here. So as we were watching the stock, allowing it to kind of consolidate and kind of digest the move that it just made, this past Tuesday, it actually put in a large candle and rebroke out to its all-time highs. It made a 6% move, and that is notable, and that is why we had it on watch for the next previous days. So as that happened, we had a rest day, which is kind of ideal. It's what would actually ideally like to see a rest day, because you don't want to see a large pullback on profit taking on that. So we have a rest day the next day, and it's kind of a good idea. Then we can mark out this level as we stock it to see if we're going to get continuation towards all-time highs. So 230.38 there. So in the opening range, we look at it this day right here before it made its move. Immediately out of the morning, it pushed up, made a pretty big move, and then started to consolidate and hold and start to form a range right on that all-time high level here, 230.38. So the idea of an opening range trade is we're looking to trade a volatile stock based on its daily time frame. So here it's an all-time high breakout, and we're using its opening range as a way to kind of dictate our entries on this stock. So we get that push in the morning here right at the open. If you are unfamiliar with candle charts, there's a lot of great videos on YouTube that will kind of just give you the basics on them. 5-10 minutes, you can learn them really quick on that, on how to read that. So this is the open of that day on Thursday here. We get a push in the morning, and then another rest candle here on the 5-minute chart. And that's actually a good sign, because you don't want to see rejecting off the all-time highs, just pulling back hard. So as it rests there, it forms an opening range here. And on at least the third candle, as it breaks out on this range, we can take that as a trade and put a stop at the lows of this candle, little lows of this candle. I mean, it kind of will have to be dictated what makes you feel comfortable, but we'll ideally put the stop near the lowest support. I think it's important to remember that this is a day trade, so we're not marrying this stock. It's not going to be something we're holding for a significant amount of time. So as we take the entry on the break of the opening range here, we'll be scaling out profits into the first push, the second push, third push, and taking profits as we get them. So I thought it would be a good idea to kind of show this is like the type of day trades that I'll be looking to take. Now, I think it's also important to note that this is a pretty clean cut opening range breakout. You know, you want to see them do this around inflection points on the daily chart, which we have here, a clear inflection point. It pushed a few days ago, set an all-time high, rested, broke the all-time high. And that's great. That's what we want to see, but it's also important to note that they're not always going to look this picture perfect. So this kind of gives you a good idea of what we're trying to take here. You know, on this day made a 7-8% move, $16 move, you know, in just the first 30 minutes to an hour of the day. So there's a lot of great opportunity in that. So if there's any questions about these type of trades and like, you know, some of the nuances, you know, it seems very simple, and it is. You know, you don't want to overcomplicate your trading, but you know, it's important to remember that it's not always as easy as it looks. And if there's any questions on these type of trades, you know, feel free to ask them in the comments, like and subscribe, and I can answer anything. So appreciate it.